Good afternoon from Dharapani, where I'm taking a 0 day. I did sort of have a 0 day for acclimatization when I was on the Manaslu circuit. But from now on, I'm going to be on the Annapurna circuit. As you can see there, this is now on a road. So in my time in Nepal, the first part of it was the Chum Valley. And that was much more remote, very little in the way of trekkers. I mean, there's certainly some, but then when I got on the main Manaslu circuit, the number of trekkers was 4 or 5 times more, tea houses, etc. But it still really was, a trek and not on a road. The Annapurna circuit now, and I'll show you sort of the first part of it, has been not paved over. Part of it is paved over. Part of it is being paved over, but it's a road. You can take these jeeps, and I'm told that there are many. Most of the people in the area who are experiencing the Annapurna circuit these days do it by jeep, not by walking. And indeed, when you see them in the guest houses, the tea houses, they're like, "You're doing what? You're walking this?" So it is more the exception than the rule. My good friend Zorro, in planning this trek, tried to wave me off from the Annapurna circuit in its entirety. I overruled him just because from the time I was a little boy, Annapurna, for some reason, as opposed to Everest, really captured my imagination, and I didn't want to come to Nepal without sort of experiencing it. But it is going to be, already it is sort of shocking to me. So, for example, yesterday evening in the tea house, I was resting in the evening, and a jeep pulled into the yard and parked there, and people got out, and I didn't realize what it was at first. I kind of like didn't, and like it was lit up by the headlights and everything, but it still didn't register that this was. I'm in an area where there are vehicles. Yeah, it was that sort of jarring to me, having been out of it for a while. I'm going to show you a little map here. It's not to scale, and I will just turn this around. So this is just a roadside map, and we are down here in Dharapani, right here. Okay, and the circuit goes up this way, and tomorrow we're planning on going to Chame, and then from Chame up to Upper Pasang, and we're going to try to take some of the trails that are still trails, that parallel the road as much as I can. And then from there, I'm going to be going to Manang. I have been recommended to go up to Ice Lake by multiple people, and I have also seen some videos going to Talichko Lake, 4,919 meters apparently. It is the world's highest lake, but from Manang it's not like an up and back. From Manang you can go up and back from Ice Lake. This is at least one overnight. So I'm going to have to see how this all works out, see how I feel, and then get back on the main track here, which goes through High Camp and then Throng Pass, 5,416 meters, which is several hundred feet higher than what I was at Larke Pass. So, expecting snow, expecting pretty much anything up there. But that's the Annapurna Circuit. And then once you're over there, of course, it comes down, and pretty much like the Manaslu Circuit that I was on. Once you go over the pass and you're coming down the far side, you kind of make some miles, make a lot of distance in just a couple days. So that's what I'm looking at here. Primary language here is Chinese, then Nepali, then English. This is a Chinese project.